So, when is Trump going to just go to hell and actually stay there and go to jail, let alone go to hell? Is it me? Or everything that Trump's doing is ruining his reputation? I had just come across the worst truth social post that might land Trump in jail. Like, legitimately in jail. And excuse me, you're gonna see a very real side of me by just cleaning my glasses. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is one of the worst things that Trump has ever done in his career as a politician, let alone a human being. If you haven't seen this, this is breaking news. Trump, in a Truth Social post, called for the execution of Democrats in Congress. I'm gonna try to find the screenshot of it. I'll put it in post at the end of this video. But we finally have evidence that Trump is one of the worst politicians, if not the worst human being, and should be just silenced and put in jail. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, he needs to, you know what, and I'm not calling for that. I'm saying that he is a human being that decides to just call for violence because that's who he is. Trump decided during a horrific call for violence, posted and reposted on Truth Social, decided to call for the execution of Democratic lawmakers because they posted a PSA of them telling other military men and women, don't follow Trump's orders, instead follow the oath of which you are given, no matter what branch of the military you come from. And I'm going to try to find these screenshots, which I'll put in post here and here. They're provided through my phone. And these posts are scary because you have a elderly man who's suffering from dementia, who's just causing us to lose our dignity as Americans. And I am so sick and tired of you all just letting this guy continue to run the country. When is it going to be enough to realize that Trump shouldn't even be in office anymore? He should be impeached just by this alone. By calling for the killings, the executions, the hangings is what this was. He reposted a user on Truth Social and basically said that that's enough, basically, that this should be enough to warrant the executions of these Democratic lawmakers, when they're simply doing enough. And I'm done. I'm done dealing with Trump. I'm done dealing with these people. I'm done dealing with Trump and his sycophants. And I'm done dealing with America. If they're going to go down the road, of being a sycophant Trump country. I'm sick and tired of Trump opening his mouth, calling for the arrest of Americans who look like me. Dark-skinned. Awful way of telling us Americans who believe in the dream. And what are you going to tell us? That we are not enough? that you are going to tell American citizens that look like me, that look like other very good Americans, that we're not enough in your country that is the United States of America, that you're going to end up telling your constituents, your lawmakers, and also the congressmen and women of both sides, it doesn't matter. You're just going to tell that you're going to tell us that you're going to just kill them? For what purpose? What purpose is there? You're not going to kill no one. You are a sick bastard. You're going to be the President of the United States. Open your mouth and call for violence. There is no place for hate in this country. There shouldn't be a place for hate, for violence, nothing. Why? You should be the President of the United States. You should be the President of the United States, condemning violence, condemning hatred, condemning this kind of talking. And these talking points, this kind of speech, this kind of hate shouldn't be coming out of your goddamn mouth. Instead, your brain, Mr. Trump, is saying this kind of hateful nonsense. And what's happening? You're calling for the murder of Democratic lawmakers just because they're trying to save face with the military, because what you're spewing out of your mouth is extremely hateful. And everything you're saying is extremely hateful. Extremely hateful. I don't condone it. I do not condone this kind of behavior. I do not. As an American citizen that is bisexual, who expresses his sexuality, that is a law-abiding citizen that doesn't want to be conformed to this kind of American stupidity, I don't want to be living in a country where an American president goes on social media and says, I want to kill Americans. The silence was kind of like, are we serious? Are we serious? Are we at the point in American history that we have to now watch a old, decrepit, stupid fucking moron as our president calling for the education, the murder, the execution, my brain today, I'm sorry, the execution, my brain, I'm so sorry, I don't need to misspeak, the murder, the hanging of law-abiding citizens who serve our country in Congress. I'm sorry, I can't say the word. My brain is fried today. I've been working very hard today, working on videos, so excuse me if I can't say the word education. I think I'm not saying it right. The murder, the hanging, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to attempt to say it again. But there are smart people in the comments. They know exactly what I'm saying. I'm just not in the mood to correct myself. I'm so mad. But we all know what I'm saying. I'm not here to stoop to their level. I'm not here to say, oh, Trump did. I don't want to get people in the comments of this video saying, oh, Trump is just joking. When has he ever joked? When do you think he's joking? When do you think that Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, has ever joked? He's taken away Medicaid, Medicare, mental health, has threatened to hang Democratic lawmakers. I can count 3. There's 3 things. And he's also doing a lot of crap with us right now. I'm so sick and tired of having to hear people defend him in Congress. His Republican lawmakers, including the Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike. Because I'm so sick of this. I can tolerate most things. I can tolerate most shit from Trump. But I'm not going to sit here and let a sitting president demanding for the hanging and killing of our law-abiding citizens just because they're exercising their rights. And that's uncalled for. I'm not going to stand by that. I may not do much. And I can barely do much because I own a YouTube channel. And I just spew out things on social media, which is Twitter most of the time. But when something pisses me off like this, come on. You gotta have morals. You gotta have morals to the point where you have to realize shit isn't adding up. To the point where you have to realize, I can't defend this. You are just people on the internet watching YouTube commentators like myself, and you have Kyle Kalinske, and you have other YouTube commentators like myself saying, why are you we're all saying the same thing. Why are you defending Trump? Why are you defending his administration? Why are you defending ghouls like Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem, J.D. Vance, and other members of his administration? They are sycophants. They're there to cause chaos, and they should be ousted by the time Trump is done with his term, or at least when he is impeached and removed, and convicted, and then removed. Because that's what is supposed to happen now, because according to this report, Trump, after doing this, there's a bunch of people now calling for his impeachment and removal. Because now, this should be now where the straw breaks the camel's back. If you're going to still support Trump, not only because of the Epstein problem, the Epstein files, the Epstein problem, his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, excuse me, I don't know what will. What am I and other left-wing commentators on this platform going to convince you otherwise? You're going to just say, "Oh, it wasn't as bad as it thinks," or "It wasn't as bad as it looked." Then you have a problem. You have a goddamn problem.